That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Mondays.
Thank you.
Monday.
All right, here we go. Go for it, Christopher. What do you
Hey
got?
guys, what's up?
What's up, bro?
Did you enjoy the football over the weekend?
I enjoyed the football.
Some of it. All of it, you know.
I feel bad because we love the Bills, we love Josh Allen, but I'm looking into my crystal ball, Rich. I think Josh Allen is on pace to be the Phillip Rivers of his generation.
Oh, my goodness.
With Mahomes and Burrow
You mean like a Hall of Famer?
Sure.
Easy there.
Put up a lot of stats, but he's playing against two guys in
Making the AFC Championship
Burrow
game once?
and Burrow and Mahomes, like Manning and Brady. There's just not enough room for him at the championship table. Really good player, great career. Just doesn't have enough to get it over the top.
I'll say that's an overreaction. I will say I believe in Josh Allen's talent to win it all, and that I believe his season, where I guess McDermott is the Marty Schottenheimer and have 14 wins and they're the best team out there. And I would love to see a LaDainian Tomlinson alongside him and see what happens. I'd love to see a running back turn into his touchdown maker as opposed to him having to heave it down the field. As you know, I want to see more of a running game, and I'll say it is way too soon to say that he's not winning a Super Bowl and he'll go to Hall of Fame. He'll go to Hall of Fame finalists lists because of his statistical prowess, which is what I think you're saying about Phillip Rivers. Gamer, a terrific quarterback, one that makes Pro Bowls, one that can knock off one of the best teams in the business, shock him.
Every now and then.
And you think Phillip Rivers is going to the Hall of Fame?
I do think that he'll be in the Hall of Fame one
so,
day.
probably.
I do.
I don't.
What else, Chris? What else you got over there?
You like it? I thought that was a good take. Saturday is enough evidence that the Giants should move on from Daniel Jones.
I don't think they're gonna.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Saturday was enough to say this is what you're getting. Great, fine regular season. Is Daniel Jones going to win you a Super Bowl?
He knocked the Vikings out.
The Vikings were junk. They were trash. They were frauds all year
they
long,
weren't.
and we all knew it. Rich, you wouldn't even put them in your power rankings for like 2 months. You knew they weren't that good. Everybody knew they weren't good. Everyone and their mother picked the Giants to upset the Vikings. We knew that was going to happen. Big stage, divisional opponent. They got absolutely whacked by Philly.
I think the Giants are going to hold on to him, and I'll say that's an overreaction. That he finally showed what can be done when he's in the hands of a bona fide head coach who knows what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball. And let's see what the Giants do. I think they're going to end up re-signing him, and I do not support that Saturday's performance is a sign that he's, what is it, trash, to use a phrase?
That's not what I said.
Oh, the Vikings are trash. My
were
bad.
trash.
I just got thrown off by the trash.
135 yards in the biggest game of the career.
The Eagles are just a better team, Chris. They were all year long when they saw the Giants. That doesn't mean that Jones can't get surrounded enough and blossom enough to not be that guy. What else, Chris?
We're looking at a Bengals-Eagles Super Bowl. Let's go! Let's go!
You can't say
Bengals and Eagles.
No, it's not an overreaction at all. I mean, if Mahomes is a shadow of himself, and as you heard Chris Long say, that part of the playbook won't be the entire defensive playbook is open for the Bengals, and then you saw the way that the Eagles were able to handle their business. I think obviously the Niners are a tougher team than the Giants significantly. But you can't say that that's not an overreaction. I mean, that's an absolute feasibility and one that, I might even consider getting off my Chiefs-Niners prediction that I held on to from Thanksgiving to the outset of the playoffs. I might hop on this at the end of the
Who would you pick in this game, Bengals-Eagles?
I mean, at this point in time, how do you go against Joe Burrow? How do you do it?
You want to know why you can't do it, Rich?
Why, Chris?
Because Joe Burrow is the best player left in these playoffs.
You could make that case. We just don't believe it because he's a Bengal. We don't believe it because he didn't win it last year. We don't believe it because you think the Niners have it, and the Eagles have it, and the Chiefs have it. I don't know, man. I mean, Mahomes being hurt, high ankle sprain is no joke. Like, that's going to be this week, And even with a bye week, it's going to be that week if they get past the Bengals.
He could barely hand the ball off.
Dude, this is no joke. So I'll say that's not an overreaction either. What else, Chris?
All right, sorry, TJ. Look, this is how it's going to be for the Cowboys, man. A wild card win each year. That's as good as it gets for the Cowboys with Dak.
I can't believe that, man.
You might have to.
I know. I just can't believe that. I also don't. I know Amari Cooper was $20 million per. That's Jerry's fault. Give him $20 million per. If that's too much for you. I mean, you look at Tyreek Hill, and that's not nearly. They missed him.
Yeah.
They missed him. If CeeDee Lamb's in the slot, and you put Amari Cooper where Gallup is,
That's danger, bro.
It is.
I remember the way Schultz played.
It is. Like, that's what you need. You need to have that extra oomph to get past. Again, I know we keep looking past the Bengals, but Higgins, Chase, and Boyd. Cowboys don't have that.
Three-headed monster, right?
Ayuk and Debo
Oh,
and
and
McCaffrey and Kittle. Cowboys don't have that. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith,
Goddard.
Goddard and all those running backs. Cowboys don't have that. Take a look at what the Chiefs have. Cowboys don't have that. Get that for Dak, and then let's talk.
But the thing is,
Let's
Rich,
talk and hold on to it for Dak.
Travis Kelce's and George Kittle's just don't grow on trees. That's
Well, Dalton Schultz is pretty.
he's pretty good, yeah,
it's
but
like he led your team in touchdowns in the postseason.
but he's not Kelce or Kittle. Is all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Then again, who
I'm
is?
not ready to jump on Dak. Let's just say if I had his jersey, I wouldn't have Susie stand in the kitchen, have me knock on the wall to let her know when to hit the button, and then come out like I'm some sort of, vaudeville actor over emoting, only to crumple up the jersey, throw it out in a trash can that doesn't have a bag in it, and then go back. And by the way, a kitchen not nearly one would think would be as finely appointed for somebody who makes $1 jillion a year.
By the way, I thought the exact.
Just want to
I
throw
thought
it all
the
out
exact
there.
Same thing. How many takes?
While we're on the subject matter,
How many takes do you think?
Shannon Sharpe apologized. One thing you should not apologize for is that cardigan. I like the cardigan a lot. If you're going to call out players on the court, in crypto,
Yep. On the floor.
on the floor,
On the wood.
and somehow not get ejected, wear a cardigan like that.
$3,000.
Look at that. I would rock that.
I mean, he had a
Can I get
3,000.
that? Should I get that and wear it here?
Brockman,
Where do we find that?
$3,000. We'll find it for you.
Remember when you used
that
to
how
dress
much it
like
is?
Cam?
Yeah.
You used to do like your version of whatever Cam was wearing on
Right.
the Monday.
That was a fun year.
We should find that version of that cardigan
By
for
the way,
Rich.
that was Overreaction Friday with Shannon. I don't know what was said to him, but back and forth. That was Overreaction Friday, but I am not overreacting. I would wear that cardigan.
Also, Rich, what you
I
didn't
like
see,
it.
Shannon Unc also had a pair of $8,000 Jordan 1
Yeah, he was
Dior's
like-
on his
he
feet.
was flossed
So,
out.
he was stunting
Okay.
on them.
Very
He
good.
was stunting on them.
All right, guys, two more. I know we love Brock Purdy, Rich. Well, you're obsessed with him.
Why not? It's the it could be one of the greatest stories in the history of the NFL, Chris.
I think you're renaming your kids Brock and Purdy. His so-so game should have the Niners a little worried about keeping up with the Eagles' offense.
I would agree. But you got to chalk it up to that Cowboys D. They were all over him, and they had trouble protecting him, and they stopped the run on the way to him. And I would be concerned about that. Hey, let me just really get into it here, because I need to get this out. So his first road game was in Seattle. That's not an easy place to play. It was a Thursday night game. He won that game. A short week, he made his trip to Seattle, his first road start. Then his other road games, I don't think he played too many of them. After that game against Seattle, he went to Vegas. That's it. Those are his road games.
That's it?
That's it. That's it. He's home the rest of the time. Honestly, he got hurt. He came in the game against the Dolphins. Then he beat the Bucks. Then he beat the Seahawks in Seattle. Then he was home against the Commanders. Then he went to Vegas, where I imagine half the stadium had to be Niner fans.
Yeah, they won in overtime.
That ain't happening in Philadelphia. This is going to be a whole different beast. Playoff football in Philly with the Eagles looking like this. You bet his so-so game would make me nervous. That is not an overreaction at all. There was one point where he made a ridiculous throw, and he came back to the sideline, and Kyle put his play menu up and was just absolutely tearing him a new one.
Do you think we need one more? All right, we'll get one more.
All right, George. Would you even call for that, or did he just hit the Clooney by himself?
I said get it ready. You kind of went. I thought Rich had a little more to say.
That's okay.
Sorry, Rich. I'm sorry. You got to go, Rich.
Are you just driving traffic
right
here?
now?
What else?
It's all good, Mike.
I was done. I was finished.
Little
Sorry,
off-season look ahead. I think both Brady and Rodgers on new teams next year.
Well, Schefter said something about a trade for Rodgers this offseason. Because I was on a break yesterday during our Sunday show, and I went in, and the ESPN was on one of the screens in the green room in the NFL Network green room, and I looked up at our competition. I'm like, why are they talking about Aaron Rodgers' future? Because we didn't talk about it at all on our show. I'm like, okay, you got Bills versus Bengals and Niners-Cowboys. Like, Aaron Rodgers was the last thing on my mind, and they had a whole conversation. Apparently, because Shefty said a trade could be coming. And Ian Rappaport said that based on what he was hearing out of Tampa, is players got the gist from Brady on Monday night that he was saying goodbye to them too. So I'll say that's not an overreaction. I think Rodgers isn't going anywhere. I think Brady's going somewhere. And it's not the Fox booth yet. By the way, Greg Olsen is fantastic.
Yeah, he was.
He has been.
Yeah,
Greg Olsen is terrific at calling games.
You could do a three-man, I guess.
With Brady and Olsen and yeah,
why not?
Maybe so.
Yeah, he really did a great job.
Great job. And
yesterday.
he's calling the NFC Championship Game and the Super Bowl. I think Brady's on another team. I think Rodgers stays. If I had to guess right now, I don't have a crystal ball because it's boxed up behind me.
Well, you do have one. You just like you said.
It's so damn heavy. I got the bigger one. If
really
I wanted one that actually looked huge on screen, I didn't want a little one.
Well, that
if
doesn't.
I could redo that deal, I'd get the little one.
Nah, Rich, go big or go home, baby.
Yeah.
I figured.
You did it the right way.
Is that it? You done? All right. Overreaction Monday, everybody.
Nice.
So is that it?
It is indeed. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.